Okay, we'll be starting in just a second. Hmm. Got some weird things going on. Sorry. Interesting. Not doing what I thought it was gonna do. Not doing what I wanted to do, which is kind of weird. A second. Uh, oh, no problem, no problem. I still got my soda. I went and added more ice. Hmm? Oh yeah, there's more. Oh, so nice of you. No, didn't have a chance. I was trying to get the audio issues fixed on this thing, and I'm still having some slight problems, and I'm trying to isolate those things and take care of them. No, no, no. I need to do. I need to do a filter for you, and that's going to be at least 5-10 minutes to set the filter up, get the filter running, and make sure that it's picking up or dropping all the items that you need to see. Right. Oh yeah, yeah. Watch it. Yeah. Watch what you do because you can come into an area and it'll be like you, whoop, and then a whole bunch of stuff there. Yeah, I've had that happen a couple of times. All right, let me get going because welcome to the party. It's your boy Malintent. We're here playing a little last Epoch, trying to get things taken care of. Let's see if this is working. Supposed to be working. Hey baby. Oh, she left. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna have you do something for me. Seconds. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah. Can you hear me? Did it come through? All right, I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja for sure. Hold for a second. Yeah. If you can hear me now, I should route. Hold for a second. Let me verify. Well, the output is set. So the output is set. The question is why it's not routing. I don't know. So hold for a second. Uh, property back my property cancel setting audio. Ah, wonder if this will work. Wonder if it's gonna work now. Nothing. Okay, give me 2 more seconds. And if not, I'm gonna have to stop the stream and work on it later. Cause it should work. No, no, this if you can't hear it in there, it's not working. Yeah, you're not hearing it. Okay. Uh, such a pain. Audio is such a pain. All right. Thank you. I'm trying to get this working and it just ain't working. Okay. Huh? Yeah, I'm the audio guy. I'm the video guy. Yep, I'm pretty much everything. Yeah. Okay, it happens. No, it just does that, baby. It just does that. I don't understand what it is, but it's a okay. Let's see. Oh, that's not it either. Why isn't it picking it up? That's the problem. Yeah, no, just go ahead and cancel. I mean, just go up. Good. I just got to figure out why it's not working. Yep, yep. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, and then I will try to work on it and see exactly what the issue is. But it does look like there's a problem. I just gotta figure out what it is. All right. So audio. Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead. I'm just trying to figure out why the audio is not working. This is one of those ones that is kind of messing with stuff. Because if the audio's not working here, I bet you the audio's not working on Twitch. Let me check. This might be a bad thing. It'll be a whole bunch of problems. Let's check this out. The audio comes through. See, I don't see anything so far. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Let me check something. Oh. And I don't think it worked. My audio's working. All right. All right. All right. All right. If I can hear this. I don't know what it is. It's just not working. Let's see. Yes. Yes. All right, let's see here. We got audio, and audio is supposed to be monitoring video. Okay. So I see my mic pop up on the thing, but it's not outputting. That's my main problem. Let me try that. Maybe that'll work. Hold for a second. What is she talking about? I don't know what my wife is talking about. She's got she stuff. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. Did it work? Yeah. My audio's messed up. Don't know why. I don't know why. Why? Ooh, let me try it. Try one other thing. That it? That it? Looks like I got my audio fixed again. Looks like I got my audio fixed again. Woo! Y'all were about to not see me be awesome because I was about to be awesome real quick. I was about to run. Y'all were about to not see me be awesome because I was about to be awesome real quick. Let me turn off the audio over here because I had the audio on my trying to listen to it on my my Twitch feed to see if the audio is coming in. Oh, you're gonna suck up and do PoE doo doo. Oh, that's terrible. Let's see here, bitrate. Oh, hold up. Let me do this. I'll do some modifications here. Adjust my bit rate a little bit. That's 4,200. That should still be available for everybody. Bit rate look like a little bit off. All right, cool. Now we're about to just go ahead and just run. Y'all about to see what it means to be a room master. Well, I almost messed up because I was about to start a new character, guys. I had my keyboard clicked onto the other box, so I was trying to use powers, and I was like, it's not working. Oh, I was like, oh man, my stuff's messed up. I was like, my stuff's messed up. That's so messed up. I got my sound to work and everything else is broke. Yeah. I'm gonna you're gonna go hardcore? On PoE doo doo. Oh man, just go ahead and just quit. Nobody plays hardcore on PoE doo doo. I was listening to Ziz earlier. He was talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, there's nobody really playing hardcore anymore. Most of the streamers have gone to softcore because of the game, how the game is. Even, and you got to realize those dudes they do meta like crazy, and they can't even play it on hardcore. And these are the professionals." Just saying. Might be biting off a lot more than you really want to chew. But I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You want to beat them at their own game? No, please. all you're gonna do is get frustrated. You're gonna get frustrated and mad. It's okay. I'm here for you. Me and LE is gonna be here for you. Did you make 100? Did you make 100? Check the resub message. Oh, hold up. Didn't quite see the resub message. Resub message. Where is it? Turned it down for reaction video. That's it. Okay, hold up. No, I gotta go higher than that. I don't see the resub message. Oh yeah, I see it. It was some, yeah. Your message said something about you don't know how to play the game, and you were just sitting there just trying to make Malentent feel bad, something like that. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with that one. So it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind that. But I like how you tried to throw in the you deserve a Windows update for that. I never tried to make you feel bad. That's okay. That's okay. But I was about to say I like how you try to throw in that military lingo just to be like, hey, guess what? Yeah. That's okay. It's 12 months and this is what you get? Oh, yeah, that's what you get. You sit there and talk all that junk. You hurt my feelings. I want to check something. This is just me checking these boots. It's just checking the boots. I become shocked. All right. So if I do this, I'm always gonna be shocked. Okay. I just wanted to check because it looked like I could get away with not being shocked, but looks like I'm gonna be shocked no matter what I do. Yeah. Hold up. Another race. PoE doo doo. Hardcore.
Yes.
I think that that would be a great race. We should definitely do that. Why don't you start?
Let's see.
Why don't you start it, and then I'll catch up later. How about that? All right, guys. I just want to let y'all know that Are We Dead Yet has reached 100. He is the official winner of season 3 hardcore solo self found account bound. Everybody give him an applause. Hold up.
Crazy.
Hold up. No, what is it? Let's give him an applause. He has won the 100 race. Next season is all me. Hey, I got this. I got this. See, it takes me a little while to get to where I could actually do real well in these races. I just want you to know, like it's just takes a little bit of work for me to get myself into the right mindset to be able to win these races. I just want you to know that. That's the only reason you won this last one, because I wasn't really in the right mindset to be able to dominate the race, and that's what I'm going with. Look, I used every RNG I could to just even try to stay up. I was getting smoked, dude. I was getting smoked. I'm not gonna deny it was kind of rough. But I did learn a couple of things. Which is all that matters. Is did you learn anything while you were playing? I learned a bunch, but I didn't play. I I had some visual clarity issues that was my own. That was nothing to do with the game other than me. Um, for some reason, I had like the last death was like really, really rough on me because there was nothing on the ground, nothing on the ground, and I had moved away from the guy because I was thinking he was going to throw the rock because the guys with the big rocks, they throw them right where you're standing, right? So I'm like, oh, not a problem. I'm gonna get the heck out of here so I don't get hit. And so, oh yeah, by the way, I'm trying this Sprite with tea thing. Sprite with tea thing. That's what I'm trying. Just FYI. It's actually pretty good. Not the greatest, but it's acceptable. Acceptable. But what happened was I moved away from him. I was like, he's gonna throw it. I better move. And I moved in a direction where there was nothing on the ground. Nothing. There was no precursor, no nothing. And he said, yeah, that's where I'm throwing at. He was like, no, 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 no. Really, really, you should really not go there, is what he told me. And when he did, he was like, boop, I'm dead. Oh, no. Can't believe I died. That's how it went. That's how it went. That's okay. I got this. I got this. What I want to do is I want to continue to go down this route. Get this all taken care of. All right, all right. Let's do this. You see how this character runs, right? You just pretty much just run. And if you get into anything you can't handle, you just kind of use the thing, because while you're running, you can get these little sparks to come out. But it's mainly just use your runic invocations as often as you possibly can to get what you need. Now, I'm actually trying to get my intelligence up, which is going to give me more damage with the spell and the runic invocation. When I get 8 points into this, my runic invocation is going to go. Timer is going to drop dramatically. It's like 3 points. So every 6 seconds, I'll be able to throw out a runic invocation. And since I only need to throw this thing 3 times, I'm full, and then it's runic invocation. Oh, sorry. I completely forgot. I got that thing up there. I didn't see him when I thought he was in another area. That was my fault.
Watch over you.
Now, I tried a couple of other ones just to see exactly which would be better. Runic invocations, but I couldn't find one that was what I really wanted. Because I was trying the Nova one, but it didn't seem like it was going to operate it like I wanted. I could switch back out to it just to see what happened. But that would require me to redo my my flame ward. I really don't want to redo my flame ward at all. Because I think it was like cold lightning. Was it Hopefully it'll start. Oh, lightning.
Gods.
So there was one that gives like a lightning disposition, and then it see if I can find it. Because that will come in handy eventually if I could actually get it to work. If I could get it to work. That's Epoch Planner. Build. Master Lightning Blast. That's it. Master. That one. It don't want to give me what I want. I will have to do resources, skills. On my screen, when your character is in motion, I'm glitchy on my screen. Everybody else glitchy? Anybody else glitchy on the screen when I'm moving? So there's this one. Boom blade. That's it. It's lightning, fire, lightning. So it's not that. It's not that bad. It would be that. So the one thing I didn't know about that one was if I do that one. Now, my wife might think it's glitchy because my guy is like half stepping, but I can't stop the half step because I'm casting and he kind of he does like a half step and then moves and half step and move. That might be what she's seeing because I'm not seeing a glitch on my side. see, like that, I don't think it does like that Nova thing. I don't think it really does a very good job. That's my thing. I'll run it one more time just to kind of verify, make sure. But maybe it would be better if it was like constantly used, but I just don't see it as being used. It's working real well. So, but if I do fire code, go back to the lightning wall. This just seems to be much better. As you see on my screen, my FPS is not bad at all. I'm sitting about 100 frames per second. Lowering my number of audio channels. Just a thought. I have actually thought about lowering my audio channel number of audio channels. I actually don't use that many audio channels. It's weird because that statement right there, I thought about multiple times. It's like, okay, well, because and LE seems to be the one that gives me like the most audio issues than any of the other games. It's like while I'm playing LE, for some reason the audio channels will go into a wonky state. It'll be like, and it's like, what's going on? Why is it doing that? And the funny thing is, it'll do it when I'm not on stream as well. When I'm not on stream, that's one reason why I updated my motherboard driver for the audio. I was like, let me try this. And so I tried updating the audio driver, and that caused me more problems overall long term. But that's a whole different situation. Because I was like, why is it doing that? Why am I having this major problem? I can hear you. Yesterday, I barely could hear me. Okay. The try mono even. Yes, I had the little checkbox that says change stereo into mono. I have done that already. I already did that. I've even gone through inside the settings and I've tried both. I've tried standard and I've tried this Logitech Pro G 50 millimeter. I don't know what that is, but I've tried it both. What I did also was I've lowered the volume so that I couldn't have voice volume, so that I didn't have any spoken voice. I've taken the environmental variable down. I've done the user interface and said, hey, let's go ahead and get this clicks thing, Bing's whiz ads, stuff like that. I took that down and said, hey, let's just get rid of that because I don't want it coming. I don't want it coming through. Maybe it is coming through on the screen on the stream, and it's blocking the sound of either the environment going on or the sound of the sound effects going on. Um, I've even got rid of the error voice lines so that it's like, hey, we can't, I can't do that. I've gotten rid of all those. I've done a lot of things to try to figure out why LE's audio does go kind of wonky. Um, and I'm just, what level am I at the moment? 50, 40 something, 40 something. Let's see here. I'm 46. I'm 46, sir. 46. I'm about to where I died last time. Another 10 levels and I'll be right where I died last time. In OBS, you have separate capture inputs for audio and video. I do, even though it's a single capture card. Just thinking, I could do that. And it just could be that the capture card configuration that I have is just an old card with new machines. That's just it could be that the driver and everything like that is it could be that it just could be an older situation. Yeah, I think it's OBS that's doing the problem. I just don't know why. Which is my main problem, and I want to get and that's how it is. Are we did yet? There is a problem. I want to get it fixed. I don't know why it won't be fixed. There has to be a solution. I must find the solution. It is the old IT problem. There's a fix to this. There's a way to do this. I know there's a way to do this. We just got to figure it out. Am I just not smart enough to figure it out? It's going to take me a while, but I'll get it done. Hey, sometimes the old adage, throw hardware at it, is the best way to deal with it. I mean, I could just be like, hey, throw a new capture card in there. Yes, I only got two on. Actually, you want to know what the problem was with my audio? I didn't even have two on. I turned off every audio channel except for one. And I forgot that inside of what you want to call it? I can't think of the name of it. You know what I'm talking about. Inside of inside of OBS and everything like that. When it streams out on channel 2, not channel 1. Channel 1 is the other channel that actually is used for like system and stuff like that. Channel 2 is the one that goes out to the world. So what was going on was channel 2 for my mic. I'm sitting there like, hey, why isn't it not working? And then I finally went in and said channel 2, added it back because I looked, I was like, I bet you I think I know what it is. And so I clicked that and it was like, oh man, I only got channel 1 operating. So then I put channel 2s in and all of a sudden my audio came back. Two separate sources, yes. Actually, what I wanted to do, which I can't seem to find, is I have how can I say this? I have a laser output, SpeedIF. I have a SpeedIF output, and I want to use SpeedIF from one side to the other, which would have the lowest latency configuration that you could do. But the problem is, one box has SpeedIF, the other doesn't. I forgot which one it is. I think this one has SpeedIF, and this one doesn't. Or hold on for a second. Or it's my XLR that doesn't have it. It's one of the two. Okay, so it's optical. It's optical for this, not optical for this. And I'm like, oh, I could just separate the audio and have the audio go out the SpeedIF and then connect to the Go XLR. It would come in as a console. I would just doggone use that for audio for everything in the games and stuff like that, and then use video just to push video. Three HDMI outputs. Yeah. I got two display ports and two display ports and one HDMI. I think is on mine. Or no, I have 4 outputs. It's got to be 2 display ports and 2 HDMIs, maybe. I don't know. The other ones are plugged in. Let's put it like that. The caps are on it, and I never opened it up to look. I was like, "This is HDMI. There you go. This is display port. Let's get this done." That's it. That's all. On my video card. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need to look for other things. There we go. Lightning ages. That's the one we want. We want those lightning ages. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta throw money at it. Oh, I am kind of hungry. I'm about to figure out what I'm gonna eat. Mine was built a long time ago too, but let me look at something real quick. I'm looking for something. I can't seem to find it. Ah. Mm. I have to get it. I think I'm gonna have to get another capture card. Maybe get another one because yeah, I am doing probably more output than just Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I'm looking at right now is getting the what you want to call it? Can't think of the name of it. The Mask one. It's the one that actually is a pass through. It's like what I have, which means that I won't necessarily have too much of a problem putting it in place. So what I have is a pass through. It goes it goes into the capture card and then out of the capture card and into the monitor. Okay? So you've had zero issues? Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me. Because I do a pass through card. There's a lot of them that aren't pass throughs. There's a lot of them that is like plug your video into this and this into the machine. And then that one I don't play like that. I'm doing a two rig setup. And because I'm doing a two rig setup, I am doing a I want to I want to play on my one rig, have it go through and then just go to the, just push it because you take the what's it called? You take the capture card, you put it on your stream rig. Okay, so the stream rig that pushes out to the internet has the capture card on it. You take your game, you run it into that card, and then you run from that card out to your monitor. And that way it just kind of does its thing. Um, there are other ones that I don't like the ones that you have to mirror your display and you mirror your display. One goes to your monitor, the other one goes out and hits the capture card. I don't like doing that. I like doing the pass through version. Yeah, check your Amazon shopping cart. Tell me which one you got. I'm a weird fella. Hmm. I think this is different than the last. I set up this one a little bit different than my last lightning blast. The last lightning blast, for some reason, chained to multiple. It's like it went to multiple people instead of lightning. He just is it this one? That's spark damage. Or is it this? All right, let me check that out. See what that is. Ah, okay. Yeah, see, yours is cheap like borscht. Let me show you the one that I'm thinking about getting because I have a particular way of doing things. Kind of weird, I know. Let me find it. Let me find it. I'm thinking about doing this one. Hold up a second. Where do I get the? Uh, where is it? Where's the link? Where's the one that might be cheap, but it works really well? Ah, no, no. Trust me, that's the one I'm getting is cheap as well. I just can't find a link to. I don't want to put that huge link in the thing. I know they got a share link on this thing. I just can't seem to figure out where you put and find the share link. In stock video capture, blah blah. See more. There you go. Your transaction. Nope, that's not it. The ones I'm looking, the one I was looking for, I can't seem to find. I can't seem to find the quick link. Oh well, maybe it's because I'm logged in. I don't know. Uh, I'll give you something to look for. Look for this one. There you go. This might pull it. Control C. Might be a huge link. I don't know. Try that. That should take you to something called video capture audio, video capture card, three USB 3 dot capture card, 4K HDMI loop out, 1080p 60 FPS, video game capture for streaming for works for blah blah OSB black and all the other stuff. That's what it should take you to. That's what I'm looking at. You see what it's what I'm looking to do? Looks, to be honest, just as good, if not a hair better. Yeah, the only thing that's the difference is, um, both of them will do the exact same thing, except for the one that you had shown. It does a it you would have to mirror. I changed my low B armor to better low B armor, and I'm not constantly dying. What made Malatent do? What would Malatent do? You are way better than me, but someone who has no idea on what I'm doing. I did pretty good. You did pretty good, baby. You did pretty good. If you got it working, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. No, I'm just gonna challenge. Yeah, I don't like mirroring primary displays. Yeah, I remember primary to the third capture card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's gonna be a pass. For me, I do a lot of pass through. It's already doing all the work. Yep, that's true. That's true. That is true. Now,
your life.
With the new capture card, though, I will have to say the following: I will have to change. I will have to change my configuration for my scenes. Because all my scenes are set up basically based off of which window it's doing and everything like that. This will be, I'm gonna have to redo it a little bit for off the capture card, but it's gonna free up an it's gonna I gotta hold up. Let's see if I can actually show you what I did back in the day. Capture cards and capture cards were awesome. They even still make these kind of cards? This isn't the one that I have, but they still make them. They still make them. So that's how those are the type of cards that I'm used to. You throw one of these into an to your PCIe slot, and then you throw it into your PCIe slot, and then you sit there and you just pretty much it's boom into this is the funny thing is my monitors are reversed. This is the monitors for that box, and these are the monitors for that box. So you throw that into your stream rig, and then you just take your stuff and you go out of your game rig into that, and then back to your monitor, and then you're good. Everything works. But my stuff is old. My stuff is old. This one actually looks at that second card actually looks pretty nice, but that second card expensive. That second card is expensive. Those are the best. The USB ones don't slight me. I think the USB ones are okay, but these capture the built-in capture cards, you just can't beat them, man. You just can't beat them. But wow, they are expensive these days. Oh my gosh. They like $300 for the Elgato now. That's got to be crazy, guys. That's crazy. Price wise, these things are going crazy. Oh, that's okay though. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's $300 for these things now. They used to only be like 200 back in the day when things were cheaper. 600 capture cards for suckers. Well, that one's actually one that I wouldn't get because it has four slots. There's no reason for me to have that one. You only need a 2-slotter. You need an in and an out. You don't need the 4. Because the 4 one, actually, what you can do is you can do multiple different captures. Yeah, true. Dude, my machines usually last a pretty good time, and only time I actually switch out things for my PCs is when I need to upgrade for my wife or upgrade for me. Like my wife just now got a new what you want to call it? a new video card. She took my 6 series, and I took and I got that 9 series now. The 6000 series AMD, which was a definitely my FPS went up. I was only getting like 70 FPS with the with the old one. Now it's averaging about 100. Come on. Reminds me I need to take a day and take an image of both my PCs. Never know, I'd rather recover than build from scratch. I build from scratch. I build from scratch because I don't know what went bad. That's my main thing when I have problems. I'll build it from scratch. It's safer. If somebody installs something and I don't know what it is, I used to sit there and take images on a regular basis so I could recover. These days, build it from scratch. What the heck?
Death. Finally. We have the lance. Would you, but what? I'll tell me more of this immortal emperor on our journey.
Ah, there we go.
I know things are grave. Of course, yeah, if to be. All that is left is to take the lance and bless it.
All that is left is to take the lance and bless it. Oh! Sorry. No, just joking. I'm just joking. Just joking. Ward per second. There we go. We got ward per second. What else can we have on this thing? Oh, hold up. Let's go primary. Primary, we're going to have prefixes. Let's see what we got. Critical strike chance? No. You don't want critical strike chance. Spell critical strike chance. The spell critical strike chance is so much better. All right. The second one we want on prefixes is spell damage. Why? Because spell damage is so much better than lightning damage. Ready? Okay, we got that. All right. Let's go for the last, which is suffixes. And what do we want for suffixes? We want Okay. This is a defense thing. We're gonna have to look to see what we got. Wow. Got no defenses at all. We're gonna go with physical. We're gonna go with physical because I'm sorry to say we got problems. We got problems. Problems. Uh-oh. We got no physical capability. Uh-oh. That means we're going with poison. Why? Because that's what we have options for. Poison. That's it. Oh wow. That's terrible. That's terrible. $800 ward, baby. We got 800 ward. Yeah, boy. Oh, I think I remember what it is. After me. Right. Coming back from the dead, you better have something good on you. Better have. Ooh. Now let's see what we got. Terrible, 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 terrible. There we go.
I have returned with the lance. Now it shall bear my final blessing. Gods
We have
cannot
Herod's
observe
blood. We have
fate
Herod's blood. We
intends
must move
for
on.
us.
You're right. We'll travel
Do
from
not
what
let
little,
it
but we should get to the
Let's
coast.
go.
There's a
Farewell.
settlement south. Deep harbor. Under rivers that might take us there.
Let's go to Deep Harbor, people. Let's go to Deep Harbor. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Let's get it. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna just check this out. Oh. Oh, you get back up. Let's see what we got. So Mal, when are you interviewing me for a Unix position? That'll level the playing field time wise. Ah, sorry, sir. I can't get you a position. We don't do remote. We do flex schedule, which means you come into the office and when you need to work from home, you're allowed to work from home. But you come into the office, you're not going to be able to come to get an interview at my job. We don't believe in that craziness that you going through, mainly because of people like you. Hey, Rune and I were talking about that yesterday. We were talking about that yesterday. My job, I'll come into an office if it's in MA. Nope, there's no offices in MA. But that's the thing is my job, they will work you to death. And we were sitting there talking about that. Maroon and I were like, companies will try to get as much out of you for as little money as they possibly can get. And so when you start to get to the point where you start making pretty good money, I mean really good money, it gets really hard to move to a different job. And so they kind of got you in a rock and a hard place because like you gotta have a job if you want to get paid this much money, and you need to go ahead and you need to start figuring things out. Because we were sitting there and we were discussing how much. Okay, so we have a out of the men in the world, not even single, men in the world, we have 100, or not in the world, in the U.S. It's 170 something million guys, and only like 6 or 7 million of them have a job that's above $100,000 a year. And so we were sitting there and we were talking about you only work multiple jobs if you're an executive. I get it. Executives can sit a dozen full-time boards. God forbid, a person has two remote positions. Yep. But this is the thing. We were sitting there. We were talking about that too with the executives. That's why when executives, when they lose their job, they got golden parachutes. They got severance packages that are like huge and everything like that because they can't easily find another job that pays millions of dollars. And we were sitting there and we were talking. It was like, yeah, that's why they get those golden parachutes because they might be out of work for a little bit of time. It's not like, oh, if you have a job that's less than $100,000 a year, you can most likely find a job pretty easily. It's when you start getting above that number and you start making it above that number, that's when, ooh, will I be able to get another job? Will I be able to, that type of stuff? And so executives, they kind of they learn early. I gotta get me look. If you want me to come work for you, I need a contract that says if I get fired, you're gonna give me $1.5 million, $2 million. I already have 5 or more jobs. They don't care. Yeah, yeah. Our execs sit on multiple boards and well known because they have to disclose them all. Hey, I'm not saying that they don't disclose them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is executives have packages because they make the higher you go, the higher you go, the harder it is for you to just be like, I'm gonna get another job. It's I'm looking for another job. And while I'm looking for this job, I'm gonna still do this other job. Until you get to that level of I'm an executive. Yeah, I'm a VP or so and so, et cetera, et cetera. I signed this contract, and if you get rid of me, I get paid no matter what. Hey, I don't mind that. You know, that's at that level where you start sitting there and you start, you know, doing things like I'm not moving to this other state. What I'm gonna do is I'm making enough money that I'm gonna rent a house out here, or rent an apartment out here. I'm gonna fly out, spend the week, and then on the weekends fly back to spend time with my family. That's the money that we talking about. We talking about that level. Corruption's a good word for it? No, it's not corruption. How's that corruption? They making money. I want money. We need Doge to occur across not for profit and then private industry. Doge. It's not ringing a bell for my head, dude. Not ringing a bell. Department of Government Efficiency. Ah, okay. That ain't nothing but corruption in itself right there. Let's just be honest. That's a different type of corruption. Hey, that's corruption that is so good, so well veiled. Let's just put it like that. That corruption is so well veiled that the whole world or the whole a lot of the United States think that. Yeah. What I'm saying is this: the Department of Government Efficiency has been put in place to go ahead and cut back government jobs, cut back that spending so that we don't have to pay them taxes and all the other stuff. We're going to get rid of most of the government. You want to know what that does? More chiefs than Indians? That ain't the reason why. That the Department of Government Efficiency is not anything about getting rid of the workers to deal with that. You want to know what it's for? Think about this. If I am a civilian, I run civilian jobs, corporations, and things like that. If I get rid of all the people in government that are taking up these slots, they will still need those people in some fashion, in some way. They will go to the private sector and they will hire private sector individuals. Let's just be honest about this. Let's be honest about this. Oh, we're gonna cut back. We're gonna cut back. We're gonna cut back government spending. We're gonna cut back all this other stuff. Let me go ahead and tell you this. So we got individuals that work for the government and they're working the IT field, right? They're supposed to be the ones that were supposed to be changing computers, doing all this other stuff, right? You and I bought Chelsea a mansion. I'm not denying that there's a lot of things that go government corruption and things like that. I'm not talking about that. When I'm talking about the Department of Government Efficiency, what that was put together for was incorrectly given to us. Told us we were told it was for one thing and it wasn't. So the military. Oh, we're gonna cut back on the military. We don't need as many IT professionals in the military anymore. So they cut back that department. They cut back that MOS by over half, right? You don't pay military soldiers a lot of money. Just point blank, you don't pay them a lot of money. But you still need somebody to deal with the computers and everything for the military. Do you know what they did? They got civilian contractors now. So, and they made it in such a way that the military individuals that do IT really can't do anything. What they do is they take a phone call, they do a thing, they contact a civilian who then drives over to the location, powers up the printer, put new ink in the printer, does all the different things and everything like that for them. Now, let's just be honest. Military soldier who might be a specialist makes $19,000, $20,000 a year. Civilian contractor that we pay for now because we wanted to downsize the military and downsize the government and everything because of government spending. That civilian contractor makes $60,000, $70,000 versus the soldier who was only $20,000. Come on, man. That's a racket. That is pure tea stealing. Pure tea stealing. Contractors are free because they come out of a different budget. Same thing happens where I work. I know they make it seem like it's different, but it's not. That's stealing the money because I'm still paying for it no matter what. It's called the Department of Government Efficiency. That's what it's called. And it's been sold to everybody. That's what makes me laugh. It's been sold to everybody. Oh, we're gonna make it better because what we're gonna do is we're gonna make things efficient. We're gonna make sure that there's no money's being spent the right way, et cetera, et cetera. That's what it was. Oh my gosh, you got me on that one, dude. That's why I didn't click in my brain because I totally try not to think about that department. They only fix, in my opinion, is accountability. It doesn't fix accountability because accountability is there no matter what. Okay? The accountability was there. We don't look at the accountability as much. Public, private, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I agree. To me, making of Doge was doing nothing but I'm gonna take the jobs out of the government and put them into the civilian sector, which makes civilian people more money. Government employees aren't really that well paid. A lot of them aren't. They make okay, but they're not like super paid. A civilian contractor gets paid double to triple what a lot of government employees get. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Are we dead yet? I understand what you're saying, but that's not how it is. It's not. It's not that you give your high school buddy the jobs. It's just okay. So the lobbyist which is it's allowed to. I'll give you a prime example of budgeting and how things on paper look really good. Okay, so you have AWS that comes and says, "Hey, if you pay us," Amazon will say, "Hey, if you come pay us, this is how much a server will cost. If you did this on your own, it would cost you this much power, this much of a support contract, this much of for the hardware, and this much of this, and because you're paying for all that over the time frame, you're going over this time frame, you would pay X, right? So the ROI looks really good. But when you actually talk about, I have my own facility, I'm paying for this, doing these things, et cetera, et cetera. When you take that all into account and you take in the company's real situations, we're not replacing our hardware every 2 years. That's a lie. If you are not replacing your servers every 2 years, but the ROI that doggone AWS will sell to the executives, and the executives look at it like, hey, we can save money by going to AWS because the numbers look better over here. The AWS is saying it costs this. But when in reality, we got pieces of equipment that's 10, 15 years old, still running, still in the data center, still working. Never got replaced. Never got replaced. And so the numbers look good. And so what happens with Doge is the Doge just goes in and says, oh, we can make these numbers look better. But like you said, it's a different bucket. It's still money comes out of our pockets, just more of it. AWS is a scam in certain aspects, but not. They have a lot of, now don't get me wrong, they have a lot of good features. They have a lot of good things that you can do with AWS. But AWS is not someplace where you should be like, we should not be in the data center market. We should put everything into AWS. That is a bad thought. Okay, so let me go. Hold on for a second. Let me go back and read this because I got on my tirade and I missed what you said. Or your wife, or your friends, or your lobbyist jail. Okay. Medro cleaned up his country in 1 year. Here's hoping we can do it too. AWS is a scam in my opinion. There's numbers look great when you sign everything down, when you spend everything down. Local data center numbers look great if you turn everything off too. That's true. It's just one of those, man. It drives me crazy because every time I hear everybody always saying, "Hey, we're going to put everything into the cloud. We're going cloud. We're going cloud. Blah blah blah. This will save us money." And it's like, no, because I'll sit there and it's like, how much did that cost? It's like, and then people, and because you don't have the people that are paying attention to things in AWS like you have it in physical. Because when you got physical data center, you got somebody who's checking on the power. You got somebody who's checking on the cooling. You got somebody who's checking to verify that there's that you're utilizing the equipment that you have in there. I mean, you got people that are paying attention. In AWS, just give me this. And you just throw money at it. You just throw money at it. Our CIO is bankrupting us, and I'm sitting back laughing. Not my company, not my worry. I can understand. I do understand. We're going to the cloud, baby. Wait until he starts realizing that the cloud is good until you start paying the data transfer fees. You start paying, and then you got servers that ain't doing nothing that are costing you $5,000 a day. Oh man, I love these people. I love them. You look at the numbers, and I mean, you really got to sit down and look at the numbers. Now, don't get me wrong. There are reasons to go to the cloud. You should go to the cloud in certain aspects for certain things. But you really need to pay attention to what you're putting out there and why you're putting it out there. You should have a group that does nothing but audit what's out in AWS. Why is this machine not being used? Why are you asking for a 64 CPU, 256 gig of RAM, and you barely use 10 gigs of RAM? Why? Because they said we needed it. Who said you needed it? The guy that sold us the software. Did you even think about what was sold? Come on. Then the various teams ask where their systems are. Oh, geez, we already being asked to turn things off. It's hilarious. That's funny. I'm just saying. I love my job, but it makes me laugh sometimes. Because the business decisions are being made, and they are good business decisions in a vacuum. And then, oh my gosh, I love the ones like this, where you're sitting there and you're like doing, hold up a second. Last week they shut off and deleted a research group system that had a grant for it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's not a good thing not to shut down systems that ain't being used and things like that. But you really need to, pay attention to what you're doing. You just can't just willy-nilly do things. It's hilarious where you work, but I can understand that. Don't get me wrong. I think AWS has its place.
Don't lose your way.
But I believe AWS has its place, but what you need to do is you need to pay attention to where that place is and what functionality it's going to do for your company. A lot of times you're putting things in a lot of different buckets, and you're doing those buckets just to save yourself money. Not real. Yeah, it is kind of for mom and pop shops, but it also for big giant corporations, it's actually pretty good as well. Okay, so it depends on how you're building your AWS infrastructure. Okay, so one thing about AWS infrastructure, and or let's say you have, like, I used to work for a company called Cineverse. Okay, so what we did with ours, which made the usage of AWS really good, was we had a failover situation. So what happened was, if we got overloaded, our system would go and it would detect that if we were getting overloaded, there was too much stuff coming in. And instead of us having to turn up systems and stuff like that in our data center, which we might not have another blade for it or things like that, we had an overflow. And that overflow went into AWS, built systems in AWS automatically for us, and took care of the overload that we had, because we got, let's say, DDoSed or something like that. It would spin up the available instances up to a point. And then we budgeted for, let's say, for like 10 systems spin up. So what would happen is, and when we get load, and then that load might be minimal, it might be like, only need 2 machines or 3 machines. It'd spin 2 or 3 machines up, take the load, and in 24 hours, shut those systems down. Take it back to a standard configuration. That is a good use case for AWS. Another good use case for AWS is you have hold up a second. Like this guy, he ain't going down as fast as I want him to. Wow, that dude. Okay, another good use case for my current build. Hold up for a second. Hold up. Let me go. Let me. That doesn't understand risk is going to full AWS for the patients. I asked anonymously, what's the plan when we have ISP issues on-prem? It was a stuttering response. People are going to die, but I won't be on my it won't be on my conscience. Okay, that's true. Also, another thing that you need to realize is when AWS has an outage, they have an outage. And they have outages on a regular basis. They have outages on a regular basis. It's not like they don't. Okay, cool. Let's see what we got here. We got a level 31. Hold up. Let's pull this open so people can see it. People got to see the craziness we got here. We got a level 31. The level 31 Necromancer. You're running Wraith, Bone, Golem, Skeletal Mage, Summon Skeletons, and Spirit Plague. Okay. Like I said, people will die. I should clip this and play it back on the future when we're in the news. I will agree that there are issues, and you have to take your risk assessments. There should be a group that should be taking care of and determining the risk and the liability. as I've said before to some people, somebody needs to contact legal. I remember I had this one developer, right? And this one developer, he was just not listening to what I was telling him. And he was sitting there and he was like, look, blah, 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 blah. I need to put this in production. And I'm like, okay, you need to put that in production, but you got a problem. Your interface is wide open. And what you're doing, you don't have any off on this at all on the production network. Oh, don't worry. We're just doing this really quickly. We'll put this in later. Money is the only consideration in the end. We'll put this in later. I was like, no. You go and put that in the lower environments first, test it out, verify it functions. And then after you do that, then you come and put it in production. Oh, no, we can't do that. We ain't got time for that. We're going to put that in later. Okay, fine. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, and I told him flat out, it is my responsibility to make sure I tell security that you have an endpoint on the network that does not have any authorization. All of a sudden, he got quiet. He was like, yeah, you need to follow the rules, not just because you need to hit a deadline because you want to look good for somebody. There's no hit the deadline so I can look good. You're going to have to get this done the right way. Yep, Sarah Lean's right. It is all about the money. It's all about the money, but it's also about doing the right thing, sir. Doing the right thing. If shareholders are involved, the aim will always be perpetual growth of profit. Once you hit market saturation, the only way to continue growing profit is exploiting sourcing, exploiting employees, exploiting customers. The right thing conflicts with confuses the corrupt. That's true. I'm just calling it out, dude. I'm just calling it out. I have no qualms. Yeah, I had my finger on the wrong button. I opened up the wrong thing. I do that constantly. I have no qualms turning people in. I remember my boss asked me one time. He was like, hey, why do you do X? And he was asking me why I did, how can I put this? He was asking me why I was going through the process of making sure I do my sick time correctly, make sure I do these things correctly, make sure I come in and do these things I'm always in at this time, I'm leaving at this time, et cetera, et cetera. And I told him that it's because the company can fire me at any time, but I'm not going to give them a reason to fire me. And he was like, what do you mean by that? And I told him, I said, when you look at it, the company uses the employee handbook as a reason to terminate people. up into blah 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 of termination. That's usually what it says. It says some crazy stuff about you can be terminated. That's what it normally tells you. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. But that's what it tells you. It says, hey, up into blah blah termination. And for me, I'm like, okay, well, if there's a possibility that they can terminate me, I need to make sure I do everything right. I need to make sure I do everything right. So if they terminate me because they are terminating me, and they're not gonna get used. They're not gonna use some. How can I say? They're not gonna use some little small thing to be like, oh, he didn't follow the rules. We're terminating him because he didn't follow the rules. You gonna terminate me because you want to terminate me. You ain't terminating me because you found a loophole that said, hey, the employee handbook says he's supposed to do this. He ain't doing it. Okay, all right, not a problem.
That the invaders have been the entire. No, if that is troubling, I must speak with Lagon as soon as I am able. This is no longer your concern.
The book always stops with the CEO legally anyway. That's true. That's true. At will works both ways. I know I'm not going to give 2 weeks. They don't give anyone 2 weeks. So why should I? At will employment, they don't need a reason. Well, that's true. That's true. When you ask them why was I terminated, they will give you either we were downsizing and we were cutting back, or they'll give you some stupid thing like, oh well, we terminated because of blah 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 blah. They give you some stupid answers sometimes. I've seen some really stupid answers. Yeah, you terminated because you reported the CIO to the ethics committee. Those are supposed to be anonymous, sir. Those are supposed to be anonymous. Oh, you want to know something that's really funny? I remember this. This is hilarious. How do I like my build? So how do I like your build? Your build's actually pretty cool. it's a pretty cool build. Are you gonna do Wraith Lord helmet and then or are you just gonna go ahead and are we dead yet? I totally agree with you. You totally agree with Are We Dead Yet? Woo, that's how we do. Now all I have to figure out is how to get in Are We Dead Yet menu and my build will be complete. You mean an abomination? You need to get an abomination in your build? Actually, I didn't pay attention to what I did. I put the glyph of Dominion in there, and I realized I can't use the glyph of Dominion in this build. I had to change my minion configuration. Hey, check it out. Not sure on the abomination yet? I can understand. I understand.
I'm glad you are safe. I stitched. That would not be wise. Liath's been known to be. Though I see her as a friend, she will consider me as a threat.
So I have fire, cold, lightning, and then the lightning, cold, fire rune thing. Where my problem is, I need to get cold thing that's gonna be worth something. I think I'm gonna go that route right there. I'm gonna respec, despecialize. I'm gonna have you specialize as a wall. Frostbite every couple of seconds. When I cast Frost Wall, it'll give me a whole bunch of stuff. There we go.
God be with you. Goodbye.
All right, I'm almost at Lagoon, whatever you want to call it. Nope, they fixed that. They fixed that, sir.
Farewell.
Oh, dude, y'all weren't on earlier. Let me show y'all something. This is where I had the earlier stream, this morning stream, because I was on this morning. None of y'all were around, but I was on, and this is hilarious for stream wise.
Are you ready to head out?
And I thought this was like the perfect thing. The perfect thing. Now, let's go over here to the browser. Path of Exile 2 in the community patch notes. Now, it was released on the 29th. Oh yeah, yeah. It was released on the 29th. Within the first hour, they had the second hot fix. Next one, within 30 minutes, they had another hot fix. Within an hour, they had another hot fix. Then another hour, they had another hot fix. In another hour, they had another hot fix. And then they had another hot fix at 11. And then another 45 minutes, they had another hot fix. This was all in the first day. They had 8 hot fixes within the first day to make the game functional. And it wasn't even functional. Each one of these, if you go inside and you look at them, each one of these had all kind of craziness and stuff like that in there, right? Then on the 30th, which is going to be the Saturday, they had 2 hot fixes. Then on Sunday, they had 2 hot fixes. One of the hot fixes is, hey, guess what? Fix a skeleton warrior could incorrectly be created without reserving spirit. That's the first 6 hours. Sorry, I didn't count. I was like 8 hot fixes. They got to be within about 8 hours, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 7 hours. Almost 8 hours, like I thought. Because it's 58. 7 hours and 58, just to be exact. And then, hold up. I did this morning, right? They got another hotfix that came out since then. So since this morning, they were like, oh, well, we got to fix one more thing. Let's fix this. Today is a holiday in the U.S. too. But so that is hilarious. Yep. So fix a bug where cast on elemental ailments was generating 10 times less energy than intended from freezing enemies. Fix the bug where muster support and at your command passive nodes were incorrectly counting persistent minions. Fixed 5 instance crashes. They've been fixing instant crashes since the beginning of this thing. But that is hilarious. The first 8 hours of the game, 7 hours, 58 minutes, they had 8 hot fixes. Then 2 hot fixes a day until today. And then today they had 1 hot fix. 1. That is PoE doo-doo for you. Yes. They're going hard. Yeah. They're having to fix what they can on PoE too. PoE doo-doo is gonna be hurt. It's gonna be so And then I don't know if y'all watched Rax is Rax's or hold up, it's YouTube. You got a YouTube YouTube. Let's see if Rax I think his name was Rax. Oh, that's the wrong YouTube channel, guys. That's the wrong YouTube channel. I'm glad I didn't have that on screen. Y'all would have been looking at all the Chinese movies I be watching. Yeah, Raxarex. Raxatrex, I think his name. Yes, yes. So he put a YouTube video out just 15 hours ago. He put this YouTube video out. And when he put the YouTube video out, I was sitting there and I was like, I'm not going to watch it, right? I'm a sucker for pain too, but I ain't going to play until I'm done until I'm done with a couple more builds. I have some builds I want to do inside of. There's some builds I want to do inside of what you want to call it, inside of Last Epoch, and they're just builds that I feel that that I want to play. I want to see if they work.
Path of Exile 2 just released 0.3, and a ton of people have been playing. They had a big patch prepared here. And I want to go through and I want to make the state of the game video that we normally do. People have been begging me to do this, so here I am. I was kind of like iffy about if I was going to do this, but whatever. YOLO, we send it. So I played a monk through up to Act 4, and then I beat the whole campaign on a sorcerer. I haven't touched the end game yet, kind of on purpose. I'm not a huge fan of PoE2's end game in this state. And I think if I remember the words from Jonathan and Mark correctly, the next patch is going to really address endgame, if I heard that right. So just looking forward to that. So this feedback will be mostly based upon 2 playthroughs, not in the endgame. I got no feedback for the endgame.
You're right. He's trying to be positive. If you can watch this video, people, it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart hearing this dude. It breaks my heart. Because I know he's trying. I know he's trying hard. He's trying so hard to be so happy about the game. I'm all for it as long as things are smoother by 1.0. That's true. 1.0 got to be smooth by. Devil's advocate here. What if it never releases? There are games like that are never released. They just constantly patch. Cyberpunk 2.0. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get on off here because I'm gonna go get me some food. I'm gonna try to eat something light so I can go ahead and go to bed and stuff like that. But I want to tell y'all, this has been a whole bunch of fun. I will be back on tomorrow, most likely. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play, but we'll see. Depends on my workload, how things go. But I will talk to you guys later. Peace out, and I hope this helps you in your quest for ultimate power. Peace out.